So on YouTube, I've been watching this channel. It's called c.o.e, which is an acronym for Content Over Everything. Now it's a good channel. It's just this guy. He's got a really good camera. He goes into the speaker's corner and he films a group of people. Sometimes it's random, but most of the times, he's got his own guys that he focuses on. One of which are g.a.n.g, I think they're called, which is another acronym of guiding a new generation. I'll come on to them a bit later. But anyway, I caught one of his videos and it had some guy called Callum who's got his own channel, Titans TV. Check it out, where he speaks on I think mainly religious and ideological issues and positions. And it had Callum speaking to some Arab looking guy, Muslim. He looks white, but obviously a lot of Arabs they think they're white, but yeah, some Arab looking dude who's Muslim. And I think the Arab guy had a little beef with Callum. Now you can check this out on the video. It was more of a verbal war, verbal beef, but nevertheless, I was watching it and they were talking about various different things about how one person believes this and the other person disregards that belief and whatnot, the meaning of things and everything. But that wasn't really what I was focused on. I was kind of reading in between the lines, and I don't know if it's whether I don't know whether you can see this, but I certainly did. I just saw the pure and utter disrespect the Arab guy had for Callum, and I see this generically as a bigger thing. I think generically Arabs just do not respect black people in no sense whatsoever. It's really it's really so evident in sometimes their speech patterns, the way they look at you, the way they dismiss certain things that you say. There's another one, Arab dude called Shami or Shamsi. He often has debates with Callum. Callum's like the whooping boy for these guys. They just disrespect him utmost, but he brings it on himself, to be honest with you. Anyway, so I hear how these guys talk to black people in general, and I just think I could just see it. I could just see the pure patronizing, the disrespect, and they're taking the piss. And black people are so dumb, we don't even know that they're taking the piss. I wouldn't even bother getting into dialogues with these guys because Arabs are not for you. They don't like you. They're not going to be your friends. I don't know what the fuck you got to talk about. You ain't got nothing to talk about. Why are you talking to them for? What dialogue are you trying to open? What are you trying to do? See, that's the thing with black people. We just want to be friends with everybody. We want to be friends. We're just out there begging it with all sorts of race. But with our own, we're ready to war. That's what we're like as black folks. But we're just a laughing stock of the world. So there was one particular part where there was another guy called Raspact. Yeah, that's his name. His name's Raspact. He's part, I think he's leader or he's a founding member of this gang group who, once again, guiding a new generation. From what I see, they're guiding a new generation to smoke weed in the park and to rap about smoking weed in the park. That's what I see them do. I don't see them do anything else. They're on speaker's corner just talking a bunch of words, going around in circles, not really addressing any issues. And to be honest, because of that, I can see this guy getting far. I can see this Raspat guy going places because he's not saying anything really. I mean, he's talking about youth crime and just nonsense stuff that anyone can say. He's not really addressing the issue. I don't think I've heard him really go at or address the system we're living in. I don't think I've really heard him go at or address the reasons why we are the way we are. And it's all very subjective, which is fine. I understand, it's fine. That's how most of us are subjective. We call off our experiences. But if you don't have a wider knowledge on things, then you're forever stuck in your own little bubble. Anyway, so back to this Callum and this Muslim guy called Tawheed or Tawheed. I don't know this guy. Anyway, so these two are talking, arguing. Tawheed shows he's just disrespecting Callum throughout from the start to the end of this little debate that they're having. Um, there was a scene in there where Rasbach, he's like a Rastafarian. I'm guessing he's Rastafarian. He's got dreads, and his name's Rasbach. I'm just guessing he's representing Rastafarians or Jamaica or whatever. There was a part where he was just like, Taweed was like saying something. Oh, Bob Marley said, he said something like, what was he saying? Bob Marley says, yeah, you can fool people, some of the people, some of the time, but not all of the people all the time. So something along those lines. Sorry, forgive me, I forget. So he mentioned that, and I was just thinking, like, can't you just see that guy is just purely taking the piss? This fucking Arab guy is just taking the piss out of you. You can't see that. And then obviously Rasbach, he doesn't see it, of course. He just sings, yeah, yeah. And he starts breaking that into song. But yeah, that's what he did. So for me, Speaker's Corner, as I think they mentioned that it was a majority, there's a majority of Muslims there compared to anybody else. Um, and obviously you've got a few black folks there just talking nonsense, talking about just absolute rubbish, really, not talking about anything real. But you got the Muslims there professing their faith, and they feel all together because they're Muslim, and you even have some black Muslims in there. And black Muslims, don't even get me started on black Muslims. Honestly, I can't stand black Muslims. I just think they are just those guys are in the sunken place. There's no other way for me to describe it, but black Muslims are they're in the sunken place. So I see this quite a lot on this content over everything. It's a good channel, but if you look at the conversations and look at the debates and some of the discourse these guys are having, these Arab guys have no respect for the people that they're talking to, especially blacks. When they're talking to each other, it's all good. They're like all ha 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 ha. They could all say the proper inflection of their language and whatnot. When they're talking to black folks, I mean, even when they're talking to white folks, there's much more respect there. But when they're talking to black people, you can just see the disrespect and the racism. It just comes out. It just oozes out, and it might not ooze out in the word explicitly ooze out of them, but you can just see if you know how to look for these things or read in between the lines. So I'm thinking, why am I seeing so many black guys talk and debate with these Muslim Arab guys? What have they got to discuss? What are they talking about? Why is there a conversation? There really needs to be no dialogue between these groups of people, unless it's a dialogue about racism and moving past some of the historic wrongs that the Arabs have done to black people and that they continue to do up to this very day. Everything else is just nonsense. It's just talk for talking's sake. But yeah, I'm gonna share a clip of this because I think this is this is very interesting. Yeah, and I'll try and bring up some of the points I've mentioned in the video where this Tawheed guy just starts talking talking about Bob Marley. That came out of nowhere, by the way. But he sees a Rasta guy and goes, yeah, let me just appease this guy. That's how easy we are. That's how every group know how to appease and work black folks. That's how simple-minded we are. Yeah, let's either dance, talk about sports, or let's just bring up some music. And this is done. I listen to LBC, even on LBC. This is done. This is a radio station. I heard this done by a presenter. So for me, I just see this as embarrassing. And black people, especially you, Callum, do not engage in discussions with these people because they don't respect you. I don't know what you're trying to get out of it, whether you're trying to be their friend, whether you're scared that they're going to do you something, but just do your thing. Be on your own platform, do your thing. I don't understand why you're putting yourself up to look like a dickhead. Also, you didn't really help yourself chasing after Tommy Robinson, acting like some fanboy. I think a lot of people look at that and think, you know, they didn't lose. Don't get it twisted. They didn't just lose respect for you over that. I don't believe they ever respected you, and that just confirmed them not respecting you. So, if I were you, I wouldn't worry about it too much. But you need to stay away from actions like that. Anyway, peace.
Rolling. Oh, shit, rolling.
Why not triple?
I'm a c.o.e. Callum.
Muhammad.
Yeah, I know, but you ain't ready, man. You can do it straight after this, man. You can do it straight after this, man.
Bismillah.
What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drop on my main camera. Make this run. This is running, man. It's crazy.
Muhammad Tawheed and Callum on camera. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Raspek is a referee today.
And Raspek's the ref. Why not?
He said no bias.
Yeah, inshallah, no bias. Well, Raspek, I see Raspek is not a biased character, inshallah. So,
It's coming, man. Chill, man.
I want to give a few words, inshallah. Not even a few words. I want to have a, let's call it an open discussion with Callum. Not to, well, just for assertions, really. Inshallah, no ego gets involved, you know. And my haiba, my honor, is to protect the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as well as all of the Anbiya, all the way to Adam. Peace and blessings be upon him and them all, who, yes, I believe was a colored man. Anyhow, inshallah, I want to make a very clear statement, and it actually does hurt me and it breaks my heart that a lot of Muslims, they come to the park, and although we're not here to promote an ideological stance of war, we're not here to do that. When I see these guys, it's never been some kind of, has it, Callum? It's never been that.
No, that's cool.
Even, you know, when I held up contracts and this, that, there was never like
Mad Max,
enmity, Mad Max in the park or nothing like that. Yeah, but nonetheless, look, I want to put a message clear, inshallah, firstly, yeah, and that is that as Muslims, guys, we have two things. It's not only illallah. It's not only that we accept Allah as one Lord. Before that, we negate anything that is contrary to worship and reverence to our Lord Allah. Now, with this ideological stance and with the aqidah of a Muslim, or going back to the Millat Ibrahim, yeah, the ideological stance that our Prophet Ibrahim or Abraham, peace and blessings be upon him, and all of the Anbiya came with, was that they, and I'm going to make this very clear, they hated kufr, they hated disbelief, they hated anything that was in disbelief to Allah. Now, no one is saying, and I'm going to be the first to say this, no one is saying to go and cause enmity around innocent individuals. No one's saying that. Now, naturally, as a human being, just like Callum, if someone's going to be an active enemy of you, then you have to defend yourself as a Muslim, okay? Now, the reason why Leon's put the camera on here and now is because I said to Callum that I would like to speak to him about some of his kalam, some of his words. And what I would like to ascertain here and now today with everyone, and what my message is that I want to show you guys, inshallah, that even if Callum doesn't come to be real about what we're going to talk about, because I have spoken to him about it before, off camera, and I've only ever spoken to Callum about stuff off camera, is to ascertain, and I'll leave it to you guys as well, because both of you, all of you know that, look, I'm dust and Callum's dust, but both of you know that me and Callum both can talk in an intellectual manner, and we both know how to speak in a park, yeah? Inshallah, yeah. Man's got Freemason, Masonic thing, and he's saying inshallah. This is what I'm going to talk about. What I believe is Callum is a walking, talking conflict, contradiction in the park. Okay? And wallahi, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm not here to just, I don't want you lot sitting at home going, yeah. I swear to God, it's not about that. I want you lot to understand, when you got people that are active enemies of Islam, identify them. Don't come with hugs and kisses to them. I don't want to hug and kiss him, because he is an enemy of Islam. He is an enemy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I really do want to hear what Callum has to say about this. And this alone, without me having to talk about it, is an education for you lot, for many of you who do know who Callum is. And for the ones who don't know who Callum is the man of the kalam, innit? So let's see what he's got to say, inshallah.
So yeah, you just kind of made my job a little bit easy. You've laid out your premise, so I'm gonna obviously I'm obviously gonna be refuting and objecting to everything that he just basically said. Number one, he said I'm a walking, talking contradiction. We're gonna put that to the test. Number.
Side individual, man. You're dust, innit?
Raj.
Say Sharia, man. I like Sharia. Come on, you say Sharia, man. I can record where I want.
Yeah, distracted.
All right,
Callum, sorry.
Yo, man, I respect.
Don't touch me.
No need to touch him. Don't touch him. Just talk to him, inshallah.
All right. So yeah, let's get back into this. Yeah. Hey, your respect. Yeah. You concentrating? Are we in?
Yeah, man.
So let's do it. Yeah. So we talked about we talked about ground level. We talked about first level. Yeah. We talked about now. Yeah, getting the UK Speakers Corner community and the UK audience involved with the longer type of discussions that we normally have on Titans TV. And there, yeah, where because Speakers Corner has got such a large amount of actual Muslims. I'm pretty sure it's at least 8% Muslims here, right? Would you say 8% at least?
I would say last year it was 80. This year I would say about 65.
It's changed up now. The dynamics has definitely changed up.
And you know it as well.
Yeah. So the dynamics definitely has changed up, but you know, when we're speaking about, you know, in the past, it was about 8%. So a lot of the conversations that we have here at Speakers Corner is to do with Islam, all right? And I'm not shy away from Islam. I've got a nice, bountiful information or knowledge on Islam. So I guess it's my opportunity to share that information to the community.
Okay. Now guys, look.
But I think he's asking you how you share the information. So he's saying sometimes you might share the information to try and antagonize the people that the information is going out to. You might say things in a way to antagonize and disrespect people.
You know what Bob Marley said?
So wait, before you do that, let me address
You know
that.
what your black brother Bob Marley said?
Can I address this first?
He said you can fool some people sometimes,
but you can't fool
but
them
you
all the
can't
time.
fool all the people all the time.
And he talked about educated fools as well.
Alright. Awesome.
Bro, I know all the Bob Marley songs from
In a world of calamity.
Anyway.
Hey.
Are we gonna I want to respond to that real quickly.
Alright, go on.
I want to, you know, I actually lost my trail of thought with that one though.
Alhamdulillah.
Hey yo, remind me somebody, you know, there's so much going on.
Pray to the devil, it might come back to you.
Yeah.
Do your juju.
Alright, you know what, so that point, I've lost it now, so go on, continue.
Alhamdulillah.